Ayan, mega love shoutout sa lahat. Ito na naman ninyong ka-tripper na si Trip ni Mel Vlog at magbibigay tayo and we're going to give a review part 2 sa ating mga estudyante in our oral communication in context subject. In particular to the grade 11 students of Philippine International English School. So, magbibigay tayo ng abiso. I'm going to give them an abiso that the live is now going on. The live is now going on. Okay? The live is now going on. Parepit-repit lang siya. Okay, so this will be the part 2 of the review yesterday. Part 2. Oh, wala nangyari na. Blinking ba, oy? So we're gonna wait for them. We're gonna wait for them. Ay, may nag-like na pero wala pang nanonood. Paano nangyari yon? Ayan, there are 2 na nanonood. Ayan, si Dan. Ayan. Dan, naka-ano ka na? Did you subscribe in my personal channel, Dan? Baka hindi ka pa nakapag-subscribe dyan na. Baka naman. And we're gonna wait. Ayan, there are 3. Callens, please subscribe. Charot. And give thumbs up also, Haj. Ayan, 6 na tayo. Mary Caitlin. Ayan, yes sir daw. Ayan. To those who did not give me thumbs up, please give me thumbs up. That's my consolation prize. Ayan. And please subscribe also. Ayan. Please subscribe. Bongga yung kila Kylie. Kylie, what did you do? What did you do? 800 na yung nila, yung ayan, present, yung views nila. Anong ginawa ninyo? Magic? Buong sandatahan yatang ginamit ni Kylie in order for them to achieve that. Ilang weeks niya, 1 like, 1 point. Magic po, roar. Magic. Share niyo naman para naman lahat ma-perfect no. Share. Anong ginawa? Did you share it with your friends? Present. And Fahad, how are you? Ayan, don't forget to give thumbs up, Fahad, to my personal channel. This is my personal channel, guys, okay? The Gurong Vlogger ng Kuwait is, as I'm repeating again, it's our school's charity channel. By the way, in particular, that's the charity channel of the senior high school department, okay? Pero din in cooperation with mga senior scouts, ang laki ng tulong ng mga senior scouts. Ayan, nandiyan na rin si Isabella is with us. So, we're just waiting for 15 students. If there are 15 now, we will start so that my saliva will not be, useless talaga. Will not be, masayang. Okay. Ay, naku, yun? Barbie. Yung water bottle ko. Ayan, 7 pa lang yung nag-thumbs up. Baka naman. Ayan, watching daw. Ayan, Miss Jennerine, it's Ilong Vloggers also watching. Ayan, don't forget to like and subscribe to her channel also. Her channel is about to be monetized. It's she's just only waiting for watch hours. For me kasi I already finished my watch hours. So I'm waiting na lang din for 300 more people in order for me to apply for my monetization. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Charot, I'm so happy. Happy talaga. So 12, so there are 3 more students that we're going to wait in order for us to start our review. Ayan. So I'm charging my other phones. Ayan. Ito yung old phones ko. Ito yung Travelera to. From different na scouting movement ko, I usually use these. Yan. So, but why are the others leaving na? And we did not start yet our ano. So our quiz basically is all about the lesson 4 to lesson 7, okay, of our oral communication in context. In particular, of course, with the 4 dimensions of communication, and with regards how gender and gender and gender and culture influence. Ayan, nandiyan na si Muna. Hello, mega 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 love shoutout kay Muna. Muna, teka muna. Ayan. Teka muna. Nandiyan na si Muna. So 12, 12, 12. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. So, ayan, nag-antay na lang tayo ng tatlo pa. 11, but bumaba ba? It's 11 again. Bumaba ba? Ayan. So I'm reading your comments here. Sana hindi masira siya. Ayan. So I'm reading it on my other phone. And 10. Ba't bumababa tayo? We're 10 again? Sige. Nag-start na nga tayo. Wala na yatang chance na ma-reach natin ang 15 viewers. So I think they will just na lang. Sir, galing mo mag-ML Paano mo alam na nag-ML ako, charot? Oo, that's my stress reliever. Hindi para, mas lalong nakaka-stress pala ang Mobile Legends, no? Mas lalong nakaka-stress siya. Sino pa bang nagmo-mobile? Who among you are Ayan, 13 na tayo, 13 because I'm watching for my 3 Ayan. Sige. So, wait, I'm just going to remove 13. But 13 plus 11 dito sa ano ba? Yung totoo. Yung totoo, te. Ready na? Type ready, guys. Type ready if you're ready na. Ayan. So that we can start now or just type ready to those who are ready. Yan, handa na. Guys, type ready. Sabi ni Isabella, ready. Ayan. Muna ready. Kylie ready. Fahad ready. How about the others? Are you ready also? Ayan, ready. And Patrick said ready also. Okay. So ready. So the quiz actually is composed of the same parent. We have the modify true or false. Then we have also identification, enumeration. Actually, that's matching type. The enumeration is matching type. There's no enumeration pala. Then of course essay. There will be 20 points essay. There are 2 essays. It composes of 5 points each. Okay, so 20 items. What do you call this? It's more on identification, enumeration, ganyan, matching type. Then the rest will be essay. Anyway, I'm going to ask you and how I'm going to look into how are you going to answer it. Parang lang tayo. It's question and answer. Question and answer. Okay, let's proceed now. Question number 1. I'm in my Okay. So this is true or false. True or false? Question number 1. The question number 1 is true or false. Pahabaan lang siya. Okay. Communication runs along 3 pairs of dimensions. These are verbal and nonverbal, formal and informal, and intentional and unintentional. True or false? Communication runs along 3 pairs of dimensions. Verbal and nonverbal. Why it's false? Patrick, why it's false? Ay answer nila, it's false, sir. Then why? Prove to me that why it's false. Because why it's false? Because there are how many? How many dimensions of communications we have? There are ano? Haba pala ng ang taas ng no, false. Sabi ni ni Muna, it's falser. Isabella told false also. Hats told false. Hindi pala. Ready pala yung nabasa ko. So why Delilah? So because there are how many dimensions of communications we have? False. There are 4 dimensions: verbal, non-verbal, written, oral, intentional, unintentional, and formal, informal. Meaning, therefore, that there's something is missing. Very good, Patrick. Very, very good. Next question, number 2. True or false? Oral and written dimensions encompass the use of language, the words chosen, and the facial expression, and the gestures and bodily movement used. I will repeat. Oral and written dimensions encompass the use of language, the words chosen, and the facial expressions, and the gestures and bodily movement used. True or false? Diba? Parang ano lang. Question number 2. True or false? Oral and written dimensions encompasses Patrick. Why it's false, Patrick? So Patrick told it's because this is the report of Patrick. False. Okay. Oral and written dimensions encompass the use of language, the words chosen, and the facial expression, and the gestures and bodily movement. It's false because it's not oral and written dimensions that encompasses the use of language. It is what? It is which one that encompasses the use of language? It is verbal and non-verbal communication. Very good, Patrick. False because it is verbal and non-verbal that encompass the use of language. Very good, Patrick, because this is the report of Patrick. Okay, again. True or false? Verbal and non-verbal dimensions mean spoken communication and the transcription of thoughts and ideas. True or false? Verbal and non-verbal dimensions mean spoken communication and transcription of thoughts and ideas. True or false? Kylie, false. Why it's false? So prove me. So just put the slash there if you want to. Why it's false. So why it's false? Give me the reason why it's false. Verbal and nonverbal dimension means spoken communication because false because it describes the oral and written dimensions. Very good. Kape tayo ha. Let's take coffee. I loved coffee. So, nakakalimang ganito ako, nakakalimang mug ako of coffee. Ayan. Kung gusto niya mag-sponsor ng coffee, ganyan, charot. Ayan, present daw si Kyle Robledo. Mega love shoutout sa ating kaibigan na si Kyle Robledo. Kaibigan talaga. Okay, kaibigan sa pananampalataya. Charot. Sa Panginoon. Charot. Okay, go. Push. Number 4. Ayan. This is identification. What do we call the dimension or part of the dimension of communication that usually means the meticulous observation of appropriateness in dress, language, and setting? So what do we call the dimension usually means the meticulous observation of appropriateness in dress, language, and setting. One, charot. Two, formal or informal. Are you sure for formal and informal? Are you sure it's formal and informal? Take note, it's only here. Dimension usually means the meticulous. I'm pertaining only to what kind of dimension. Okay? Dimension that usually means the meticulous observation of appropriateness in dress, language, and setting. So is it both formal and informal? If you are in your appropriate dress, language, and setting, if you are in your appropriate dress, speak. Are you sure? Are you sure that it's formal and informal? Formal dimension, very good. It's a formal dimension. It's only formal dimension. So, sabi niya, oh, I changed my mind. Tulad ng pag-change ng mind ko, ganon. Okay, very good. It's only formal, only formal, okay? So that's number 4. Another thing is, what kind of dimension, ito na naman, what kind of dimension uses more casual approach and with no regards for the formalities, just like of what we're doing now. Just like of what we're doing now. What kind of dimension is this? That we uses of more on our casual approach with no regards for the formalities. It's informal dimension. Very good. So the way we are doing now, we call it as informal dimension. Right? Though, of course, the respect is there because I'm your teacher and you are my students, but it doesn't mean that we need to always put it in a very formal way, di ba? Kasi in order for us to avoid it's the awkwardness, di ba? At least, pag ganito lang siya, ano lang siya, it's jolly-jolly, ganon, di ba? So, very good. It's informal. Alam, gagaling na ng mga estudyante ko. Sana may maka-perfect dito. Next, we will proceed again to modified term. True or false. Ayan. True or false. Formal and informal dimensions rely on the fact that message always have a purpose. True or false? Formal and informal dimensions rely on the fact that message always have a purpose. False. Why do you say so that it's false? So, ilagay nyo na lang yun. For example, your answer is false. False because it's intentional. Ayan, very good. Isabella got it immediately. No? Sabi niya, it's false because it's intentional and unintentional dimension. Very good. So, ganyan pag false, ilagay nyo na lang why Delilah, it's false. Okay? So, let's proceed to number 7. True or false? Okay. During the olden times, verbal and nonverbal communication of men and women are hardly constrained by their attitudes. True or false? During the olden times, or during maybe during the how do I call it? From the old epoch, verbal and nonverbal communication of men and women are hardly constrained by their attitudes. Why it's false? So why it's false? Why it's false? Yeah, why it's false that before, the verbal and nonverbal communications of men and women are hardly constrained by their attitudes. It's because they need to follow the what? They need to follow the false because men and women are strictly observed. Very good. Yeah, they are strictly observed and they are really more conventional. Okay, they are more conventional. Whatever the things that their parents are telling to them, whatever the things that the government is telling to them, they need to follow. Unlike now, unlike in the contemporary at present, that verbal and nonverbal communication of men and women are highly constrained by their attitudes. So whatever things that we want, we can express. Maybe because of the influence of the Western cultures to us, but of course, it's still be nice to be bounded with, its social structure with this culture of us. On the other hand, it is a way also of us to express our thoughts and opinions. Very good, very good. By stereotype, very good, Patrick. By stereotyping, tama to. You are talaga tatalino ng mga estudyante ko. I'm so happy. It's you really understood the reports of yours. It's because of its stereotyping. Tama 'yon. Stereotype kasi kung whatever whatever the society projects, we need to follow. That's during the olden times. It's very conventional, right? But it's now no, 'di ba? May mga ano na nga, even straight guys, they wear, it's the dress of the ladies going out. 'Di ba? Parang ano na sila with they term them ganon. So yung mga babae before, 'di ba, once you have a lot of peers, you will be connotated that you are belong to, it's you're a harlot or you are a prosti ganon. But it's now no, it's it's an expression of selves na, 'di ba? Even those tattoos, before it's only the male having that tattoos, but now ayun. So ang dami ko na in-explain, ang dami mo ng daldal box ganon. The next, number 8. Number 8 na tayo. Ang daldal ng teacher na to. So, next. True or false? It is important to understand the dimensions of communication because this helps in understanding where miscommunication occurs. True or false? It is important to understand the dimensions of communication because this helps in understanding where miscommunication occurs. Yeah, it's true. Very good. It's true. So I think no need for me to elaborate this one, right? Because it's only when we understand the dimensions of communications, in order for us to avoid miscommunications. And I think that's one and one of the things, one of the dimensions that been always there's nagkakaroon or it's always miscommunication occurs. It's more on the nonverbal, yung mga expressions natin. Right, yung mga facial expressions natin, the way we, it's how we receive the message. Even though it's very positive, then we accept it and we can see it with our gestures and body language. Okay, so very good, it's true. Next, number 9. Ito, I'm going to ask you, you can answer so that your classmates have their ideas also. Do you think gender and culture has also something to do with effective communication? Do you think understanding the culture and understanding the gender projection of somebody else will lead to effective communication? Okay, anyone can explain that one? Do you think that gender and culture is important to have an effective communication? Anyone can answer me? Maybe just 3-liners or 4-liners. I think it's in here. You have only how many? I think you just have 200. Excuse me. Yeah, 200 200 words. Okay, in 200 words. In 200 words, guys. In 200 words, do you think that gender and culture has has influence or can influence us, or ano pa sinabi ko kanina, is important to have an effective communication. And so you can give me your answers in 200 words. Me maximum of 200 words. Ayan. Yeah, 18 million, 19 million. Ayan. 18 na tayo ngayon pero 11 pa lang yung thumbs up. Ano ba 'yon? Charot. Ano ba 'yon? Charot. Charot lang. Yung mga hindi pa nag-subscribe, ayan, 693 pa lang ako. Gawin niyo naman ng 700 yan, ganon. Charot. Ayan, nagta-type pa sila. So habang nagta-type kayo, gusto niyo kakantahan ko kayo? Ayan. Ay, wag na, baka magsialisan kayo. Sasayaw na lang ako, charot. Mag-TikTok na lang ako. Ang dami mong gusto. Ano bang gusto mo? Ang tagal nilang mag-type. Naku, Diyos ko po. So, do you think culture and gender... Ayan, sabi ni Kylie, ayan, understanding the culture and gender of other does not lead to effective communication as it helps one... Ano does lead, ayan pala, does lead to effective communication as it helps one indicate certain words, actions to avoid and uphold respect to other. Pang beauty queen. Come on, beauty queen. Yes, candidate number 1, Kylie Caparos. Understanding the culture and gender of others does lead to effective communication as it helps one indicate certain words, actions to avoid, uphold effective to others. Ayan, perfect. Ayan. Patrick naman, si Patrick, no. Gender and culture is not need. In my opinion, each person should be treated with respect and equality. So parang ano, you're deviating, ano, Patrick. So, do you think gender and culture has something to do in effective communication? Sabi mo, no. Because people should be treated with respect. So how do they treat you with respect if they don't understand your culture or the gender preference that you project, diba? Kasi limbawa dito, it's for example na lang, those who are belong to the LGBTQ. Kasi ano in a Muslim country just like of here, they won't allow it, disallow it. Okay, they prohibit it. Pero ang dami-dami namang nakikita natin, 'di ba? So, kumbaga, how can we understand this kind of of their influence, 'di ba? Ayan. Yes, considering culture and gender shows that one does not mean to offend the other. Very good. How one views and understands something may also be influenced by their culture and gender. Ang gagaling, pang beauty queen talaga. Hala, Diyos ko, natalo na ako. Wala about the others. Oy, Kyle, ikaw. Kyle Robledo, anong sagot mo? Dinilit ni Patrick. Dinilit ni Patrick. Sabi niya, oh, sorry. Okay, at least you have ideas. Ayan, sorry. At least you have ideas now that gender, sabi niya, considering culture and gender shows that one does not mean to offend the other. How one views and understands something may also be influenced by their culture and gender. Tama. It's very true. I do agree for this. Alang gagaling na nila. Oo. Pwede na kayong sumali ng talaga ng mga pageants. And pwede na kayong sumali. Oy, Fian, how about si Fian? Fian, how do you answer it? Gusto ko malaman yung mga answers ninyo. Fian, ganun. And others also. Si how about Dan? For example, Dan, that is the question to you. So how do you answer it, Dan? So, Dan, happy birthday to you. Charot. Charot. So, I'll give them how many? 2 minutes to answer it. Ayan, we have now candidate number 1, 2, and 3. Si Patrick dinilit niya. Sabi ko, oh, sorry. There's miscommunication. Okay lang yan, Patrick. There's, anyway, you had already idea, no? Oh no, why? No, why it's buffering. Buffering na siya, guys. Can still hear me? No, it's not. No, sige. Okay, next question. So let's proceed now to lesson 7, and that is explaining nonverbal miscommunication. Okay, not explaining nonverbal miscommunication. Okay, so ayan na si Kyle. Ayan na si Kyle. Sabi niya, yes, because understanding the culture and gender of others. May because ka na naman. Yes, because understanding the culture and gender of others can show how much love, support, and respect we give to others. Yeah. So we should know the culture and gender of a person, because in this way we can show that you are confidently beautiful with a heart. And you can see the silver lining. Charot. Kinonect-connect yung mga sagot ng mga beauty queen. Charot lang. Di kasya ho. Sabi niya, okay. Okay. So there are 9, right? There are 9 types of nonverbal communication. So we have your paralanguage, language of flowers, language of colors, language of time, or we called it as chronemics. We have proxemics, we have haptics, we have language of gestures pertaining to emphasizing, regulating, illustrating emblems. We have also facial expressions, and so as posture and personal appearance. Okay. Of course, you need to review this, guys. Okay, I think no need for me to elaborate this, or should I need to elaborate it? So if you say paralanguage, we are pertaining on how of saying something. So if you say the use of color, it's obviously this is the language of color. So if the use of time pertaining to the language of time, or chronemics. Chronemics, tama, chronemics. So the use of space, proxemics, the use of touch, okay, haptics. So if the use of emphasizing, regulating, illustrating, and emblems, that's language of gestures. And of course, the configuration of, or how the person feels, or to show how the person feels, we are pertaining now to the facial expression, di ba? Di ba pag natuwa siya, di ba? Oh, masaya yung mukha. O kaya pag nabigla, ganon. Tapos pag nabwisit siya, naka-cross eyebrows, di ba? And so forth and so on, di ba? So lalo na pag nakita mo na yung crush mo, di ba, kinikilig, ganon. Parang pag umihi ka lang, kinikilig, ganon. Okay. Then posture and personal appearance, of course, that pertains to the way of one carries and dress oneself. Diba? We have our favorite, we have people who are looked into on how do they dress themselves, right? So that's why we have the people who, I won't even call it as idolize it, but rather we just want to imitate them, the way, even the color of their hair is Amstel here. Di ba? Ang ganda ng buhok ni Amstel, pero para siyang K-pop. So alam na natin, it's been adapted with the K-pop na way. Ganun siya. Ganun yon. Okay? So I don't need to elaborate now. So paralanguage is how of saying something. Language of flowers, the use of flowers based on the meaning of each type of flower. Language of color is, of course, the use of colors based on the meaning of each color. Chronemics, or we have the language of time, the use of time based on position or power. Okay, so we have also proxemics, or we're pertaining to language of space, the use of space to show importance. We have haptics, or we call it as language of touch, the use of touch to express what cannot be said. Okay? So, alam na natin, limbawa pag malungkot tayo, di ba? Pag hinawakan yung ulo natin ng mga magulang natin, so alam na natin, pag sinabunutan na tayo, alam na natin na may nagawa tayo. Okay, pinalo tayo, ibig sabihin may nagawa tayong kasalanan, di ba? Ganun yun. It's just the use of touch to express what cannot be said, di ba? Pag sinuntok ka, ibig sabihin may kasalanan ka, ganun. Pag ginombag ka, ganun. Ganun yun. Okay, so okay. I agree as by understanding and acknowledging a person's culture and gender, we can avoid misunderstanding and instead promote an accepting environment that it's inclusive of each and every individual. Wow, pang beauty queen. Pinaghandaan din. Diyos ko, gagaling. Pinaghandaan. Sabi niya, hindi ako magpapakabog, sir. Ganon. Hindi ako magpapakabog, sabi ni Fian. Ayan. Oh, my G, late answer. I apologize. Okay lang yan. Okay lang yan. No problem. No problem about it. Okay lang yan. Walang problema dyan. So, let's proceed now. So, you know already the 9 types of nonverbal communication. So let's proceed to true or false again. If your answer is false, then just put it as slash and give the justification. Okay? True or false, it is seldom that communication takes place without being accompanied or substituted by one or more of the types of nonverbal communication. True or false? It is seldom that communication takes place without being accompanied or substituted by one or more types of nonverbal communication. True or false? Seldom does communication takes place without being accompanied or substituted by one or more of the types of nonverbal communication. True or false? Is it true or is it false? Sabi niya, true. Sabi naman ni Isabella, false. Nonverbal communication makes up about 60% of the average communication. Yeah, but actually in general, Isabella, it's true that it's seldom that communication takes place without being accompanied or substituted by one or more of the types. But I do agree to you at the same time. But in general, we're pertaining to a general statement here. So, ayan. Ang gagaling nila. Diyos ko po. True or false? Ayan, true or false? Miscommunication occurs when the cultural concepts clash or simply do not meet. I think this is already the diversion of your answers a while back with the question that I raised. Miscommunication occurs when cultural concepts clash or simply do not meet. True. Totoo yun, right? Totoo yun. Because even Asians, for example, the Asian culture really very different with the Western cultures. Alam niya na yan. I think because when we went to Jamboree, ayan, of course we Asians, we always respect the sanctity of the purity of relationship ganon. So but when we went to US, alam niya na to. Ewan ko if I don't know if Dan is with us. Yeah, I think Dan is with us together with Dr. Kasupang. No, we're eating then ako kasi naiihi ako, so I want to pee. So I went to the back part kasi nandun yung comfort room. Then after that kasi the side part of it's bushes. Sabi ko, ba't may gumagalaw dun sa bushes? Then after that when I looked into, there are it's part of the jamboree na it's a male and a female. I don't know if they're boyfriends and girlfriends, ganon. And they are, I have seen the things that my eyes supposedly want to see. Charot. They pollute my eyes. Oh my God. So parang sa akin kasi I was being disrespected. Yeah, sabi niya, yeah. So parang I felt disrespected as Asian. Pero sa kanila kasi it's natural na yan. So parang sinadan din dati, di ba? That, di ba? Pag once na you are in the water activity, talagang you can see, yeah, true. Ayan, nandiyan si Ryan. Ayan, true. So once you are in the water activity, ayan, Asians, you can identify Asians kasi nga they are in their, sophisticated way of dressing themselves. But for them, nako, Diyos ko po, even though yung kaluluwa nila are already been out from context, still they managed to ganon. May nakita pa nga kami, 'di ba, Ryan and Dan, when we are going to somewhere, I think that's an American, it's American troop. Yung babae natulog na lang siya within nearby the walking area. Then the skirt went up. So parang nakapanty na, kitang-kita na yung underwear niya. So parang wala lang, deadma, ganun, deadma. Siyempre kami naman deadma, pero of course siguro if that's an Asian, we are so concerned about it, about how we act. Kaya tama to, miscommunication occurs when cultural concepts class or simply does not meet. 'Di ba? Sa kanila kasi I don't know, in even in the movies, and even in the movies that you're watching, 'di ba? Sa atin kasi uttering bad words we condemn it. Okay, it's not part of the way our parents um used to teach us. Pero with all those movies that we're watching, parang FY is just or MF ganon, are just very ordinary way, or the word letter S ganon, it's just a natural way of expression to them. Okay, so eto na. True or false? True or false? Tagal ng net ko. Why it's my internet is very Facial expression assists the listener in understanding the message better. So this is under ano po rin siya, under the types of nonverbal communication. Facial expression assists the listener in understanding the message better. Agree? True or false? True. Totoo yun, di ba? True. Facial expressions assist the listener in in understanding the message better, 'di ba? Pag nag-wink yung nag-nod, when somebody wink or nod, it means that it's you agree, right? Or you pag once na, but of course not the Indians or the 'di ba pag gumanon yung Indian, ibig sabihin oo yun. Ilang ilang ganun yung ulo nila. 'Di ba? Nahilo ko doon. Nahilo ko doon sa paggalaw ng ulo pag gano'n. So 'di ba, yung mga Indians pag gumanon, hindi yun may tantrum sila or may epileptic sila na pag nag-yes sila. 'Di ba yung yes kasi natin nodding, sa kanila gano'n. Eh yung no natin is gano'n, 'di ba? Pag gumanon yung ulo natin, ibig sabihin it's no, but to them it's yes. Okay? Saka sa atin kasi once our facial expression, di ba, we dizziness attack. Yes, yes, yo. Ayan, malapit na tayo. Ayan. So it's almost done na, guys. So I will just pause this one. Then I'm going to read all your answers. I want to see how you answer this last question. How do I rephrase this one? Okay, so this is my question now. So how do you think, explain now how nonverbal communication occur to the listeners. Okay? So explain now how nonverbal communication assists the speaker in conveying his or her message to the audience. Okay, I will repeat. Explain now how the types of nonverbal communication occur, or explain how the types of nonverbal communication assist the speaker, okay, in expressing his or her thoughts or message to the audience. So how do you answer it? So how do you um, express now? If that is the question, how now, or if how do you explain the types of nonverbal communication? How do nonverbal communication assist the speaker in insinuating or imparting or telling the message or the words that he wants to tell or he wants to convey to the audience? Sige, after this, ano na tayo? Ano na tayo? Bye, 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 ganon. So I want to know your answers. So I will read maybe 5 to 10 answers. Ayan. So we are 19 here, but there are only 11 times up. Nakakalungkot. Charot. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Okay? Sabi ni Ma'am Miss rin, laro na tayo. Bilisan mo magpa-review. So I'm giving you 5 minutes, guys. So habang ano kayo, you are typing your answers, what will I do? Wala. Wala kang gagawin. Antayin mo lang sila, ganun. Inumin mo na yung kape mo. Ang laluma na pala tong tumbler. Ay, ano ka? Anong tawag dito? Mug? Mug ba to? Hindi naman mug. Sarap. Sarap ng kape. Addict na sa kape. Pero okay na rin to kaysa naman sa iba ma-addict. Charot. Sir, pwede nyo po ba ulitin yung question ninyo? Thank you. Itong Kyle na to, di nakikinig. It's on page 18 stated there, explaining nonverbal miscommunication. So explain now how this nonverbal communication in lesson 7 reported by the group of Fian. Okay. So explain now the types of nonverbal communication that assist the speaker to insinuate or to impart the message that he wants to convey to the audience. So paano mo explain yung types of nonverbal communication na nakakatulong sa speaker para maibigay niya ng tama yung mensahe niya sa kanyang tagapakinig or listeners. Diba? How this, for example, the paralanguage, how this paralanguage now assists the speaker. So it's the how of saying something. So this is about how saying, alimbawa yung pagsasabi na visit ako sa iyo, for example ng ganun, or naiinis ako sa ginawa mo. So how are you going to tell to that person? How are you going to tell to the person? O kaya halimbawa, a teacher wants to call the attention of the students because they are not listening inside the class. Maingay sila. So how do now the teacher use the paralanguage to assist him na hindi that the students will behave and understand what the teacher is trying to tell to them. So as yung for example, the act of without even telling because this is non-verbal. This is non-verbal, 'di ba? Halimbawa tinignan ng teacher yung 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 mga maiingay, 'di ba? Hi sir again. Nalito daw siya kasi. O, sige na. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for 5 minutes. So I want to, so there are 16 students who are inside. So maybe 5 or 10 students I'm going to read before we will say and bid goodbye. Diba? Then you will review it again. Then ayan na, nauna na si candidate number 1, Miss Quartero. Si Dr. Quartero sabi niya, gestures and other forms of nonverbal communication help the speaker illustrate their message as well as the situation in which the speaker and listener are in. Okay, pwede din to, I do agree. But you need to elaborate it more, Isabella. Kasi there are a lot of nonverbal communications, right? There are a lot of, so you are, though you generalize it naman na gestures and other forms of nonverbal and other forms help the speaker illustrate. But the question is how? How do by illustrating, okay? By illustrating the situation. Ay, sa bagay kasi 200 words lang kasi. Sige, I gave you I think 800 words to explain it. Okay, so make sure. Ayan. Though Isabella is in the right track. Isabella's point is very correct. Okay? Sabi niya, to help the speaker illustrate their message. Okay? Diba? It's not just merely by telling them to keep quiet, but rather by just merely looking at them, it means that they need to behave well. Diba? By illustrating daw. Well, wait, wala na akong tissue. Wait, guys. Ay! Nabuhos sa akin. I was gonna add more, but there's a word limit. Yes, okay, Isabella, no problem. Yeah, I do understand. Reserve it na lang, Isabella. Reserve it during the quiz tomorrow. Reserve it for the quiz tomorrow. At least you gave them some pointers. I'm just looking into and waiting for the others also on how they answer. How do they answer the question that I raised earlier? Yes, sir. Ayan. Very good. Very, very, very good. Ayan, Kylie told, the action speaks louder than words. Tama naman. Similarly, I believe actions can impart thousands of paragraphs through supporting or contradicting the message of a speaker and release the true meaning of such. Tama, di ba? Halimbawa, pag nag-disagree ka, pwedeng taasan mo lang ng eyebrows na ganun. Ano ba nagsasabi nito? Ganun kasi ako. pag disagree kasi ako sa, for example, I mean, a symposium, or pep talk, or whatever. Tapos parang once I read things na advanced reading, for example, and the speaker is talking something na it's very shallow. Parang okay, ganun na lang ako. Pero pag once kasi na I'm really so interested and the things are very unfamiliar to me, that's the time na I really put my ears to that person. Pero very, very right. Yeah, I do agree to Kylie that action really speaks louder than words, 'di ba? By just merely a touch, 'di ba? Pag hinawakan ka ng kaibigan mo while you are in sorrow, 'di ba? It really suits your emotions, 'di ba? Lalo na if you're broken heart, ganon, 'di ba? Sir, pwede ba pa-inform po, Ma'am Ninette, na we will be getting the medals and certificates? Pati na rin po sa STM. In my opinion, non-verbal communication helps to convey or to express their sayings by our gestures, postures, and eye contact we make. It helps the audience to understand that we are trying to say. Ayan. Tama naman. Very good, very good. Ano. Um, mm, very good. Tama naman si Kyle. Sabi niya, sabi niya, nonverbal communication helps to convey or to express to express our, because sabihin mo, helps to convey, to express our gestures, postures, and eye contact we make. It helps the audience to understand what we are trying to say. But more than that, more than that, Kyle, uh, there is a deeper there's a deeper reason why we need to use the nonverbal in order for us to avoid miscommunication. Yeah, to avoid miscommunication. Di ba parang dito, just like here in the Middle East, we are not male gender is not allowed to look directly on the eyes of the female Arab. Di ba? Kasi parang sinabi na parang gusto mo yung tao na yun, or for example the girl is looking at the male, parang gusto mo siya, ganun, parang you are insinuating something by just orally and gusto ko yan, orally, by just orally and verbally communicating through talking with no certain expression. It can be quite confusing to comprehend and can create minimal misunderstanding. Tama yun. So it's really difficult to use kasi it's very difficult to use non-verbal, right, without even uttering a word, because there might be miscommunication that occur. Katulad nga lang ng pagtingin mo, 'di ba? Pag tinignan mo yung isang tao in as Arab, because you feel maybe you appreciate the mukha or the face. Pero sa kanila kasi ibang ibig sabihin nun. Or maybe you just touch a person's part, 'di ba? Hindi naman yun yung way gusto mong to express it, pero it turned to become in other way around. So it's important that nonverbal communication is used in proving a point or present information as it implies a person's word and accurately express whatever speakers wants to convey. Tama. Just like of when somebody's giving a flower, okay? Don't assume and don't assume something, okay? Pag binigyan ka ng bulaklak, huwag mong sabihin na may gusto siya sa'yo, diba? Maybe there's a celebration that the person gives you a flower, or maybe your crush message you doesn't mean that he crushes back you. Charot. O, diba ganon? Ay, nag-message yung crush ko, siguro crush niya rin ako. Assuming. So, okay, don't assume. Okay, without further notice. So it's tama siya. I really agree kasi report niya kasi ito eh. Report kasi ni Fian kaya alam niya, 'di ba? Na it's important that nonverbal communication is used in proving a point or present information as it implies a person's words accurately express what speakers wants to convey. Tama to, very good. That's one of the, though yung mga maganda rin yung sagot nila Kyle, Kylie, and of course Isabella. But you need to reserve it. So I need two more answers. Then after that we say goodbye and we will sleep na. Si Dan, nasana, who else are here? Dan, I will check ha. So who are else who are in the live chatting? Who are the participants? Dan, yes sir. So how do you answer it, Dan? Ayan, how do you answer it? The question. Brain dead ako. Brain dead ako, so kailangan kopyahin ko na lang kung ano yung sinabi nila, gano'n. How about Ryan? We have also in our meets talaga. So who else are with us now? I think we have also Fahad who is with us. Okay, thank you, Fahad. Who else? We have Kalens. We have also Abueva. So how do you answer them? How do you answer it, should I say? Dali na, dalawa na lang. Two answers, and after that we say goodbye na. And maybe we can just take a sleep also. Take a nap. Ayan. But make sure to double check all this stuff. Kung wala na, nag-say goodbye na tayo kasi alam ko it's a little bit late na 9:11 na siya. So any other answers? I'm giving Dan 2 minutes and others. Please share your ideas also. Patrick. I know where's Patrick na. Patrick. Ayan. Sarap ng kape. Assuming can lead to misunderstanding. Yung kala mo may feeling siya sa'yo, yun pala wala. Oh, sakit. True, Isabella, di ba? Very true. Yung hinatid ka sa bus station, o hinatid ka dun sa sa bus, ninyo. Once you're a bus rider, so akala mo, you assume that the person like you. Real talk. Real talk. Tama, it's real talk. Yeah. Assuming can lead to misunderstanding. Very good, di ba? Yung the person won't even tell na he or she likes you, then suddenly you assume, 'di ba? Wag paasa, wag ganon. 'Di ba parang si Fian, 'di ba? Nasaan na ang jowa? Hindi pumapasok. So nag-a-assume na tayo na may sakit siya, ganon, 'di ba? Or baka naman binasted siya ni Fian, ganon. Charot. Charot. Assuming, don't assume. Unless it resumes. Charot. Okay, so I think that's the end of our review. Okay, that's the end of our review. Nagkukulitan na lang tayo dito. Thank you so much, guys. So don't forget to like, subscribe in this YouTube channel. This is my personal channel. This is Gurong. And it's in the other, it's Gurong Vlogger in Koit. But it's here, it's Tripni Mel Vlog. So most likely, when there will be a face-to-face, I will invite you also to be part of my live streaming. Maybe singing, dancing, or whatsoever. Maybe kakain kayo ng apoy, ganun, di ba? So God bless everyone. God bless. Always keep safe. You're most welcome, Isabella and Kylie. God bless. Bye. Sir, what is the total marks of the test po? 40 points only. 40 points. Thank you, sir. Ayan. Dan Joseph. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Dan Joseph. Okay, bye everyone. God bless. Bye, Haj. Okay, thank you, Haj. Bye. Ay, nandiyan pala si Haj. Kikinig lang si Haj. Okay, bye.